Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. Everybody's favorite antagonist is back, and I'm going to show you why we are a nation of silly people with simple ideas, which is why we don't fare well on the world stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from Fox News regarding Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Lord, I tell you. It's by Michael Lee. AOC accuses people of creating drama over the word Latinx despite overwhelming opposition to the term. AOC said that both language and gender are fluid while defining the term Latinx. Let's see what she has to say. Representative Ocasio-Cortez accused people of creating drama over the term Latinx, a word that Hispanics have overwhelmingly rejected. Which is true. I'm here in South Texas. I know plenty of Hispanics that hate the term. They actually think it's downgrading. But hey, I want to have a note on gender inclusivity in Spanish language. Ocasio-Cortez said in a video posted on Instagram, people sometimes like to make a lot of drama over the term Latinx. She went on to explain that before Latinx, people were attempting to be inclusive by coining the term Latin. It has an S symbol. The hell is that? Anyway, and argued that the drama over which inclusive term to use was unnecessary. Gender fluid is language fluid. Ocasio-Cortez said, noting that sometimes people use an E at the end to spell Latin, in an effort to be as inclusive as possible. My God, this woman. Don't have to make drama, the New York lawmaker advised her followers, but Latinos themselves have roundly rejected the attempt at being inclusive. With one 2021 poll finding only 2% of Hispanic voters use the term. The term Hispanic led the way among those voters, with 68% saying they prefer it. Latino, Latina, came in at 21%, while something else garnered 8% support. If this is what they wanted to be called, then you probably should do that. See, because you can't tell me to use pronouns when at the same time a whole group of millions of people are saying this is what we want to be called and you won't do it. What a horrible person. Perhaps more troubling for Democrats who have insisted on pushing the term, the poll found that 40% of respondents said the term Latinx bothers them, and 30% indicated they would be less likely to support a politician who used the term. They're telling you. That's the irony of Latinx. It's supposed to be inclusive, but erases a crucial part of Latin American identity and language and replaces it with an English word. Read a Miami Herald editorial reacting to the poll at the time. Ocasio-Cortez's comments also come at a time when Hispanic voters who have traditionally supported Democrats have been drifting away from the party for years. According to NPR Marcus poll released last month, 52% of Hispanic voters said they would prefer a Republican candidate in the November midterms. I read that slowly for a reason. Y'all are in trouble. Wayne Hamilton, who runs Project Red Texas, told Fox News Digital at the time that Democrats have begun to take the Hispanic vote for granted. Quote, South Texas is a diverse place, is as diverse of a place as you could imagine, and going around saying that because someone has a Hispanic surname, that they're a Democrat, like most people outside of Texas and most in the media do, is just blatantly racist, Hamilton said. Hispanics are individuals. They think for themselves. Now, I've been trying to get somebody to recognize that about the black community. We're individuals. We think for ourselves. I don't agree with my black brothers and sisters on everything. I don't agree with my white brothers and sisters on everything. I don't agree with my Hispanic brothers and sisters on everything. because overall, we're all individuals. Now, with them losing that much of the Latino support, you've already lost black voters. I saw this YouTube video. Man, they're in Chicago. Chicago. And you have black people on YouTube, and these aren't. Put it like this. You can tell they grew up in the hood. They're Trump supporters now. Because like they keep saying, I have more money in my pocket, which is true. You did. You did. Hell, I got threatened by 2 bikers this weekend on Facebook. And it's like, bring it. You'll die on these country roads. I don't know what the hell you think this is. One of them said, oh, that's where we're going to ride out. It's like, come on. Come on. That country road's about a mile long, and I got a rifle that goes about a mile long. It's going to be a bad day there, brother. But see, that's what they do, right? That's what they do. They threaten, they whine, they cry like children. And now I honestly believe we're at a point in the country where all these factors have come together. And these little whiny bitches have all gotten together. And they all cry together. And they all act like kids. But you know what? That's cool. But when you look at our vice president, when you look at any of our senators, any of our Congress people, when they go overseas and they talk to serious people, they get treated like kids. Pay attention to that. They're not taken seriously. And if our leaders aren't taken seriously, there's no way we as a people can be taken seriously. Every day, that dumbass Joe Biden moves us closer to civil war. Dumbasses like Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar move us closer to civil war, but they're not the ones that are going to fight it. No, they're going to sit on the sidelines and they'll talk. Don Lemon, oh, he'll talk. They'll all talk. But when the boots hit the ground, it's not going to be them. They're going to be sitting in their fortified mansions doing nothing. It's really silly. And I was reading this with the AOC thing. It's like, how far has this country fallen when this is one of our leaders and this is what she has to talk about? Latinx. If Latinos don't want to be called Latinx, stop doing it. Same way I can't call Mike Miriam. They don't want to be called Latinx. They want to be called Latinos. Then do that. But you'll tell me what language I have to use. Matter of fact, you'll tell me I got to be unarmed. Really ridiculous. But like, subscribe, share. As always, especially in these days and times, keep your powder dry. Do what you got to do.